tayo ng search and rescue. So titingnan ninyo yung mga resources na meron kayo and the relevant plans and policies. May barangay disaster risk reduction and management plan ba kayo? May local plan ba kayo? May contingency plan? What are the policies? Policy on the activation of incident command system, policy on the activation of the Ardana team. So titingnan ninyo kung ano yung meron kayo at dadalhin po natin dito. So ngayon may mga dala ba kayong data? Dahil hindi nyo alam na contingency planning ang gagawin. Kasi ang isang requirements when you formulate contingency plan is the disaggregated data. Dapat may mga dala kayong data ngayon na magagamit natin.
Data sa Google.
Ayan, magpuproceed na po tayo sa CP formulation. Diba? Ito na po yung gagawin natin entirely for this whole day. The CP formulation workshop session. So ngayon, nandito tayo sa chapter 1. Ano yung chapter 1? Will be the background. Under the background, magkakaroon tayo ng 3 workshop. Workshop 1, 2, and 3. So, dinivide ko na kayo. Ito ang La Niña. Ito gagawin nyo La Niña, 4 na table. At itong 4 na table ay sa El Niño. So that you can come up with a CP, kahit graph man lang, na madadala ninyo sa Caloocan pag uwi ninyo. So, sa chapter 1 ng background, ang unang gagawin natin ay hazard analysis. Okay? Pangalawa nating workshop, it will be the anatomy of the hazard. Anatomy of the hazard, na anong hazard ninyo dito?
La Niña.
Ha? La Niña. Kasi hindi na tayo mag-iisip ng hazard kasi given na binigay na ng Caloocan that you will come up with La Niña. So, you will perform anatomy of the hazard of La Niña. Dito sa group na to, you will perform anatomy of the hazard of El Niño. Very good. So, focus kayo sa tag-init, kayo sa
Tag-ulan.
sa mga basa-basa. Sabi nga ni Sir Alex, basa, tuyo. Yan. And sa workshop 3 natin, gagawa tayo ng senaryo. Yan yung gagawin natin ngayon. So, chapter 2 will cover the goals and objectives. So, kayang-kaya nyo na yan. Goals and objectives. Chapter 3 will be the response arrangement. So, sa response arrangement, i-identify nyo na ano yung mga cluster. Cluster for La Niña, cluster for El Niño. Hindi sa flooding hindi sa earthquake. And then, cluster implementation plan. How will you implement? Gagawin natin yan sa workshop natin. And sa workshop 7 will be the emergency operation system and the incident command system. That will cover chapter 3, response arrangement. So yung last natin will be chapter 4, the activation. It will cover workshop 8, activation, and the working group. Sino yung sinasabing working group? Kayo yung mga technical working group for La Niña and El Niño. So dito pa lang, i-identify na natin yung working group. Kasi kayo yung nandito. Kaya napakahalaga po ng participation nyo dito. Because you will come up with a CP for La Niña and El Niño na wala pa ang Caloocan. Okay? Kaya kayo yung mga, yung mga tinatawag na elite group para dito sa CP na to.
Elite po. Elite.
Okay? Focus muna tayo sa chapter 1,
Yes.
Chapter 1, which is the background.
Background.
First, pupunta tayo sa introduction.
Intro muna, no?
Sa introduction, napakadali. You just write a narrative on the profile of the LGU. Gagawa kayo ng narrative ng profile ng Caloocan. And titingnan nyo yung mga relevant sources. So sa introduction, sinong gagawa? This group? Kasi 4 lang kayo. Sa La Niña, you will do the introduction. Gusto nyo? Ayaw nyo.
Mas madali yan.
Mas madali.
Mas madali intro.
Introduction, no? Gagawa ka lang ng narrative profile.
Ma'am, dito daw po.
Nag-volunteer na doon. So, gawa natin ang pangalan yung group nyo para hindi
Bakit alam ko
Madali yung intro eh.
Oo, ay, profile.
Background of the stadium. Mas madali lang yan, boss.
Pakitake note, Secretary. So,
Timbang.
group
Palagay
timbang
Ano yung sunod?
you will do the right
Oo, boss.
Hazard analysis.
Ano yung sunod?
Hazard analysis.
Lalinya. Who will do the introduction for El Niño?
Anatomy.
Ayun, may nag-volunteer. O, sino? Taas ang
Anatomy
kamay.
tayo, anatomy of the hazard.
Yeah, chapter 1 pa lang tayo eh.
Hindi, mamaya chapter, ito ang anatomy na yun. Susunod yung
Sino?
anatomy.
Ayun? O, kayo daw.
Ayan, hazard analysis tayo.
Secretariat, take note
Hazard analysis na lang tayo.
Yung hazard to plan
Anong
po tayo.
pangalan?
Mahirap yan.
Anong team
Mahirap
yan?
yung hazard.
Ito na, hazard analysis na.
Lab
Ito na.
team. Lab team will do the introduction for El Niño.
Mahirap yung senaryo po.
Okay. Malinaw?
Mahirap ang senaryo.
Hazard analysis ka.
Mahirap yung pre.
Sandali.
Wala pa.
So kayo yung sa intro.
Yun!
Ay, doon pala, intro. Ayun pala.
Analysis na.
Anong
Analysis tayo, analysis.
timbangan and
Hazard
the
analysis.
intro sa El Niño, intro sa La Niña. Maliwanag? Next, yung intro, napakadali. Just write a narrative on the profile
Wala akong
of
internet.
Caloocan City. Dali-dali lang yan.
Sir Leo, hazard analysis tayo. Hazard analysis.
Hazard analysis. Oh,
Kami na.
nag-volunteer ang team.
Buwang!
Timba. Timba, ito no? Timba.
Pag-iwalayin mo La Niña El Niño.
Team Buwang!
Timba will do the hazard analysis for La Niña.
Team Buwang eh. Timba!
Hazard analysis for El Niño.
Ayun natin. Tayo.
Dali. Dali na agad. La Niña.
Team.
O, titirahin na namin yung hazard analysis. Okay, so guys, ito yung team namin dito sa seminar. Timba. So, itong seminar namin regards about the El Niño, La Niña. No? So, sponsored by Mayor Alok sa Subic Bay Travelers Hotel.
Nagpa-vlog ka na naman. May cause. Flood.
Ayan guys, Boss Alan.
May cause. Flood. May cause.
Parang video.
Tama ba ate? May cause flood. Cause.
Si Ali,
Cause by flood. Cause
San
flood.
Christian,
Cause
Sir
flood.
Leo.
In most of the areas. Tama ba? In most of the remote areas.
We're busy doing this contingency planning guide.
Caloocan was officially inducted into cityhood on Feb 16, 1962, and it remained province of Rizal until November 7, 1975, when it became a part of the NCR by virtue of PD number 824. So since we're divided into two non-contiguous area with a total combined area of 53.334 square meters. Kaya kapag nagkakaroon tayo ng sa climate, dalawa parati yung pinag-aaralan natin. It's the north and the south. So we have the South Caloocan is bordered the south of Manila on the east of Quezon City and northwest by Malabon, Navotas, and Valenzuela. And yung North Caloocan naman is from the southeast by Quezon City to southwest by Valenzuela. So medyo malaki, kaya tayo lang yung may dalawang city hall na city, isa sa north and then isa sa south. We have a total population of 1.6 That is the latest, conducted on May 1, 2020. We have an increase of 77,000 individuals from August 1, 2015. So tayo yung pinaka-populous city. So pang-apat tayo. We have a source of the living, of course, yung trading, merchandising, services, and manufacturing. So 50% of the businesses and employment come from service. Now, we have the urban, of course.
Dagatan and especially those at barangay near the creek. So you can observe, punta nun doon sa may Arpapa, kadalasan. No? So most particularly in the south area. Kasi sa north, alam ko medyo, as mentioned earlier, maluwag na ng konti yung mga creek nila riyan. No? And then on the impact, so we identify 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 impact of these processes, and we rate it at 5. So heavy rainfall cause floods in most of the remote areas. So flash flooding, so on, overflow. Probably yung mga siguro yung mga ating canals yan ay may parado, and at the same time hindi na sufficient sa lakas ng kumakaulan ngayon wagas, sabi nga nila, no? So therefore, another thing is, of course, the impact might be on the health issues or problems, yung nag-arise doon sa mga number of dengue cases, yung leptospirosis. So all of those things will come up. And then yung economic impact again. Economic impact in terms of what? Yung circular economy hindi na nakaka-move. So, and then this one, because of the floods, yung transportation may delay the delivery of the basic services. So yan ang tingin namin. So we had an average rank of 1, 4.5, and for that computation. Thank you.
Okay, very good din ba for your hazard analysis? So, thank you po. Next, we have the hazard to plan for.
Ayun, good morning po. So, yung grupo namin is yung Timang version 2.0. We are here to report about the hazard to plan for the La Nina. So, the root causes, one of the root causes, the Caloocan City is extremely vulnerable to the effect of climate change. The Dagat-Dagatan and Tolyahan River, which lies below the sea level, is at risk of flooding due to heavy rains or typhoon. Alam naman natin, yung nakagaya na sinasabi ni Sir kanina, pag nag-overflow, affected po yung mga dinadaan natin. So early warning sign, first is above normal rainfall condition. Next is wet season, which is most likely to start from the month of May up to October. Based po ito sa...
Sa ibabaw lang naman.
Ayun. Based po dito, Caloocan City falls under Type 1 of the Philippine Climate Change Classification, which has two distinct seasons. First is the dry season and the wet season, which lies from the month, which start from the month of May that ends most likely to October. Next, na early warning sign is yung pag-asa weather forecast. Alam naman natin po na hindi naman natin nalalaman yung mga mangyayari kung hindi nabibigyan po tayo ng early sign ng pag-asa. So, triggering factor. Through the collective effort of the city government of Caloocan, meron po tayong drainage system. Siguro dito po, kulang yung drainage system po ng Caloocan. Example nga nung kanina yung sa Arpapa. Next is waste management. Meron din po tayong existing na pamamaraan kung paano tayo nag-manage ng ating mga basura, pero siguro kailangan po natin i-improve. Next is the dam water spill. Fourth is the overpopulation of informal settlers families. And last is the continuous rainfall. Next is existing mitigating measure. Yun nga po, dahil po sa kulang na drainage system sa Caloocan, kailangan po natin talagang i-ensure na nagkakaroon tayo ng regular declogging or dito po may reconstruction, yun nga po, i-improve at i-rehabilitate yung mga drainage system para po maiwasan natin yung flooding. Ang mitigating measure ng waste management is the full implementation of the RA 9003 or the solid waste management. Third is the rehabilitation of dikes as flood control structure along din po sa Tulyahan River. Para po, yun nga, para hindi mag-overflow agad, meron pong dapat magkaroon tayo ng construction or improve yung construction beside or nearby the Tulyahan River. And yun nga po, dahil nga nagkakaroon ng overpopulation, lumilipat yung ibang from province to Caloocan, and doon po sila nagsisettle beside or malapit po doon sa mga river, kailangan na po talaga silang i-relocate. Pero di ba po, may existing tayong policy na dapat 4 meters away from the waterways, dapat doon lang po sila titira.
Thank you.
Discuss po namin yung CP Form 3A, which is the Scenario Generation for Natural Hazard, which is La Niña. For the general description of event, o yung pinatawag po natin La Niña, maaari pong magkaroon ng bad, scenario. Okay. For bad scenario, tropical wind may landfall with maximum sustained winds of 62 to 117 kph, categorized as tropical wind. So nasa bad siya. So, dahil La Niña siya, magkakaroon ng continuous rainfall for 1 to 3 days. So, around 20% of the area in the locality is submerged in flood. So, yun yung bad pa lang. For the worst naman po, for the worst scenario, the tropical wind made landfall with maximum sustained wind of 118 to 20 kph, categorized as typhoon. Since ang La Niña is continuous rainfall, worst po pag umabot doon siya ng 4 to 6 days. So, it's possible na around 50 of the area in the locality submerged in flood. Kasi nga po, tuloy-tuloy siya. Ang worst po dito, tropical wind made landfall with maximum sustained wind of more than 220 kph, categorized as super typhoon. There is a possible occurrence of storm surge. Since La Niña is a continuous rainfall, pag umabot siya ng 7 days, ayun na po yung worst, which around 80% of the area in the locality is submerged in the flood. Ito naman po yung mga number of affected individuals. Ayon po sa gather namin data, 143,900 individuals ang affected po. For bad situation po, 28,780 kasi 20% po affected. So, umabot siya ng 28,000. So, bad po yun. Okay, for the worst po, kung meron tayong 143,900 affected individuals, aabot po sa 71,950. At ang worst po nito, aabot siya ng 115,120 pag inabot po ng 80% of the area. The locality is inabot pag nag-submerge sa flood. Okay, next. Ang haba kasi. Okay, for the communication. Dahil po, communication lines are still operational for the worst scenario. Communication lines are disrupted in some areas. And for the worst, communication are totally cut. For power electricity, no power interruption for the bad situation. Power is interrupted in some areas for the worst scenario. And for the worst, total power shut down. For the transportation, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. For the transportation, few roads are submerged in flood waters. For the worst scenario po niyan, several roads are no longer passable. For the worst scenario, all roads are no longer passable. And for the housing, around 500 houses are partially damaged for the bad. For the worst scenario, around 10,000 houses are totally damaged and 5,000 are partially damaged. And for the worst, around 80,000 houses are totally damaged and 10,000 are partially damaged. For response capabilities, all local responders are able to address the situation for the bad scenario, for the worst scenario. While the responders are mobilized, there is a need for augmentation. For the worst scenario, even the local responders are unable to address the situation. They are part of the victims as well. Ayun na po yung sinasabi po sa atin kahapon na maaari hindi na tayo makatulong kung hindi natin kayang tumulong. Kaya dapat unahin natin ang ating mga sarili na hindi tayo maging victim. Kailangan tayo yung tutulong. For the government trust is observed people are cooperative to the government for the bad scenario. For the worst scenario naman, while government trust is observed, people are demanding for more. And for the worst scenario, people lose confidence in the government. They resort to own self. Yun na po yung worst na hindi na po sila nagtitiwala na hindi natin sila kayang tulungan. Thank you so much for from Team Marwa.
Morning po, ako si Judel Birol from Team Awa. Ito po ang CP Form A, affected population for La Niña. So dinivide po namin yung population to South and North Caloocan. And then for South Caloocan, ang aming pong population estimated is around 400,000. And then from the 400,000, in-estimate po namin na ang affected population niya is around 69,000. And then from the 69,000, in-estimate namin na around 2,500 yung magiging displaced natin na pupunta sa mga evacuation centers natin. And then the reason for displacement, heavy rains, flooding, and of course overflowing of creeks and rivers. And then sa North Caloocan, around 1.2 million population. And then from that 1.2 million sa North Caloocan is around 75,000. And then from the 75,000 in North Caloocan affected, about 3,700 ang magiging displaced in evacuation center. And then same reason, heavy rains, flooding, and then overflowing of creeks and rivers.
Okay, congratulations, sir. So, thank you.
Okay guys, so you've heard the contingency plan for the La Nina, no, na we are trying to plan here in this seminar workshop. No, so tapos na ngayon naman the El Niño team, no, the El Niño group, no. which is they are focused on the contingency planning doon sa El Nino, no? They will present right now kung ano yung kanilang mga contingency plan dito ngayon, ano? So we will try to listen and observe kung ano yung kanilang mga paghahanda sa El Nino. Kanina narinig ninyo ano yung mga paghahanda na maaaring gawin pagdating sa La Niña. Ngayon naman sa El Nino. No? Okay. So, this is in sa pangunguna ni Ma'am Edna Conda, no? From the Office of the Civil Defense, guys. Yan. So, dito kami lahat. So, dito kami mga
So, tawagan na natin yung
City Hall to, no?
magpipresent ng
Caloocan.
introduction for
Mula
El
sa
Niño.
iba't
So,
ibang
kanina, La Niña. Ngayon,
departments
sa
and
El Niño
offices.
tayo. So, palakpakan natin si Sir.
So, hello and good day everyone. So, then for continuation for our presentation, we are Love Team. Charot lang po, ito may box. We are Love Team. So, I'll be presenting to you Chapter 1 background all about El Nino. So, ito po yung contingency plan formulation namin sa Caloocan City. So, formulation pala naman po. So, yeah. For our introduction, we all know that Caloocan is situated in the northern part of Metro Manila of the National Capital Region, or also known as NCR, and has a total land area of 5,333.0 hectares. In South Caloocan, we have 1,362, while in North Caloocan, we have 3,860.90. So, mapapansin natin na mas malaki ang sa North Caloocan. So, it is divided into two separate geographical locations which are diverse in topography and characteristics. South Caloocan covers a land area about 1,001.64 hectares or 74.25% of the whole southern portion of the city. It covers most of the commercial and industrial establishment in the city. It is bounded on the northwest by Valenzuela, Malabon, and Navotas, on the east by Quezon City, and on the south by Manila. So, more on geography. Ang geography pa lang po tayo ng Caloocan. So, ayan. On the 2020 National Census as released by the Philippine Statistics Authority revealed a population size of 1,661,584 in making Caloocan City the second most populous city in the NCR. So NCR lang po ito, while the presentation a while ago it was said that in the Philippines. The city's annual growth rate is 2.37% and its population density is 31,155 person per km square. So, yeah. We all know that in El Nino, may possibilities po na meron po tayong fire for our hazard. So, this is the present fire po na nangyari sa Caloocan. Of the 100... Ay, mali. Ito pala. Ay, excited po. Sorry. So, wala pa po yun, mamaya pa po yun. Of the 188 barangays of Caloocan City, the most populated barangay is Barangay 176 with a population of 261,729 with annual growth rate of 1.27%. This is according to our research. So, let's move on to the North Diversion Road naman. The topography of South Caloocan gradually changes into gently to moderately sloping to rolling, with slopes ranging from 3 to 18% adjacent to residential and industrial areas within the sector. Vast tracts of land still exist. In these areas lies the highest point found to be 35.00 meters above mean sea level. The lowest is in the southernmost end of Kaunlaran Village, or the Gat-Dagatan Development Project, measuring about 0.993 meters above mean sea level. So, ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina. The recent worst fire incident that occurred in the city happened last March 2023 in Barangay 120. At least 22 families were left homeless when the fire broke out at a residential area in Caloocan City. And meron din pong, nangyari din pong sunog dito noong April 2014, if ayun po, pagkakaalala ko. So, in El Niño po, may possibility po na talagang magkaroon po ng sunog. So, Caloocan City recognizes the potential impact of El Niño and is committed to ensuring the well-being and safety of its residents during this climatic phenomenon. This contingency plan outlines proactive measures and response strategies to mitigate the effects of El Niño, fostering resilience and preparedness within the community. And lastly, by implementing this El Niño contingency plan, Caloocan City aims to enhance its resilience and minimize the impact of El Niño on its residents. Together with a proactive and collaborative approach, Caloocan City stands ready to face these challenges posed by El Niño, safeguarding the well-being of its community and building a sustainable future. Thank you.
Napakahusay. Nakapokus talaga yung introduction nila sa El Niño, di ba? So, congratulations po, Love Team.
Love team.
So next, may we call Team for the hazard analysis for El Niño.
Hazard analysis.
안녕하세요. Anyway, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. I-represent po namin ng team ang CP form number 1. Ang unang hazard natin is El Niño. Ang rate ng probability is number 3. Ibig sabihin, likely, or the event might occur at some time and will and probably will. So under this one, because of climate change, or extreme weather, or extreme hot weather, magkakaroon po tayo ng increased fire incidents. Kasi ano nga haba po ang El Niño. I'm sorry. Sabi nga ho ni boss, yesterday, tuyot. So, ibig sabihin, tataas ang fire incidents kasi sobrang init, increased mortality and morbidity rate, health reasons, heat stroke, dehydration, tuberculosis, rashes, etc. Na syempre, since marami tayong cases ng ganito, dadami rin ang tao sa hospitals natin. Then, increased water shortage. Syempre, mainit. So, lahat ng Pilipino tayo, hindi tayo mga tulad ng taga-ibang bansa na hindi naliligo. So, lahat tayo, pag mainit talagang gumagamit ng tubig. Then, high usage of electricity. Yung mga may kaya, yung mga mayayaman, syempre nag-aircon palagi. Kahit mainit dito sa room natin ngayon, naka-aircon pa rin tayo. Then the ozone layer depletion. Alam naman ho natin lahat, since 2000 pa, or if you are aware of the documentary by Al Gore, bakit ba nadideplete ang ozone layer natin? It's because of the CO2 na sinisira niya ang ozone layer. So, ano ang average probability or impact? 3. And then ang rank is number 3 din. Thank you.
Thank you very much, attorney. So talagang nireiterate dito yung effects ng El Niño, lalo na yung increase sa water shortage. So ngayon pa lang nagbibigay na ng advisory sa atin, di ba? Yung ating mga water concessionaires na magtipid sa tubig because of El Niño. Okay, thank you very much, sir. So now may we call Team Bog for their hazard to plan for. They will be using their PowerPoint presentation.
Morning po. So I'm Prince po from Team Bog. So ipapresent po namin yung hazard to plan for El Nino, which is the contingency plan form 2, anatomy of the hazard. So, hazard to plan 4, syempre yung ating El Nino. So, what are the root causes? So, root causes po namin is
Full screen. Hindi pa siya
Thank you, sir. So, Caloocan City is one of the highly urbanized city in Metro Manila, wherein carbon emission is very high. Green environment is also depleted because of increasing industrial, economic, and population growth. So, this contribute to climate change that triggers El Nino. So, dito na naman po tayo sa climate change, which also affects talaga directly yung ating circulation. Kasi dati, usually ang El Nino hindi naman sa hindi matagal. Kasi based on statistics po noon, most likely nasa 80% or 75 to 80% po ng total number of days natin sa isang taon. Sunny days. And based on stats po, sa isang araw, 13 hours po sunny ang isang araw. So usually, mainit talaga sa Pilipinas. Kasi pag may mga foreigners po tayo na pupunta sa atin, yun po ang yung climate natin. Mainit po talaga. So that's why that is the number one cause or root cause ng ating El Nino. So early warning signs, these are the signs that usually yung nakikita nating signs bago mag-occur yung ating hazard. So number one, increasing fire incidents. So bakit nga ba dumadami yung fire incidents during hot weather? It is because of the low relative humidity. So yung relative humidity po natin, ibig sabihin, natutuyo po yung mga materyales. Usually sa bahay, di ba? Yung mga fire incidents po, kapag, let's say, yung mga bahay po natin gawa sa kahoy, pagka mababa po yung relative humidity, natutuyo po yung kahoy. And yun pa, mas magiging flammable sila or prone sa fire. Kaya mabilis din kumalat during El Nino. So we have heat waves. So usually, ang indication po nito, let's say, nakatingin ka sa hangin, tapos may parang may mga transparent na waves. At medyo, pag humihinga ka, medyo parang ang init or parang kinakapos ka sa hininga. Then extended dry season, kaya po tumatagal yung dry season natin. And because of that, nade-delay naman yung rainy season. And fewer tropical season, so yun nga, based on pag-asa, diba? Mas kumukunti yung mga tropical season sa atin. Or tropical season range time. So also increase of heat stroke cases. Yung nga, parang napapansin natin, may mga kilala tayo na may heat stroke. So that is one of the signs na
ang bad niya is unbreakable heat. Ang worst niya is high heat. Ang pinaka-worst niya is extreme heat. Number of affected individual. The bad is 200,000. The worst is 400,000. And worst is 500,000. Kuya Will, kaya mo to. Okay? The number of death is bad is 10. The worst is 20. Oo nga, ito nga. May hangin. Ang worst niya is 50. Number of injured is bad is 5. The worst is 10. The worst is 30. Number of missing, bad 0, worst 0, worst 10. Okay? Mamu, it's your turn. Where are you? May baba pa ba? Okay. Effects. Communication. The band's communication line are still operational. Words, communication line are operational. Diba? Sabi sa inyo eh. Inom pa. Communication line are operational. The worst is communication disruption due to numerous phone calls, electricity. The bad is no power interruption. Worst, higher consumption of electricity within the household. The worst is utmost consumption of electricity. Okay? Transportation. Most people travel for leisure. The worst is traffic light Okay, the worst is heavy traffic. Environment, increased chance, diba? Increased chance of drier environment, a mild drought all over the land, severe drought, okay? The response response capabilities, all local respondents are able to address the situation. Okay? The worst is responder needs augmentation. Bakit ba? Hindi ko nandito. Responders are part of the victim. Okay? The government trust is people are cooperative and responsive. The worst is people are seeking for government support. People lose confidence to the government. Okay? Ma'am, where are you? Iikot ko na ang ruleta. Okay?
Pesta na.
Thank you for that, permission.
Carnival.
Okay? Please welcome from Councilor Dean Hernandez,
Jose.
Ligado mo po ba na? Maraming salamat po. Ayan, so nasa El Niño pa rin po tayo. Kami po ang CB44A affected population. Ewan ko sa'yo, binigay ko ng salita, wala kami naiintindihan. Ang area location po natin sa Caloocan City, meron po tayong individuals affected na 1,378,856 ayon sa gulo-gulo. So lahat tayo apektado po dito. So ngayon, meron pong, pasensya na, akala niya pera, nilagyan ng kama, nilagyan ng tuldok. Ayan, so meron 200,000 na nasa
Decibel po.
inside evacuation
Yung peso.
center natin. Ayan. Sila po yung mga taong walang-wala. Yung mga katulad natin, hindi kaya bumili ng aircon, yan. Nandito tayo. Huwag kang ano dyan. So ngayon, dito naman po sa outside ng evacuation center, meron po tayong 378,856 individuals or tayo po yun, mga nagtatrabaho sa labas. Kasama po rito yung mga construction worker, driver ng tricycle, ayan. Hiningal ako. Ang reason for displacement po is heat stroke, firehouse, water shortage, over-fatigue, dehydration, diarrhea, food poisoning, at saka respiratory issue. Kaya po nagkaroon ng mga ganito, katulad na lang po ng food poisoning, madali po nababanis ang ating pagkain pag mainit. Ayan. So yun na lang po, hiningal na ako. Thank you so much.
So, thank you very much po. Okay naman po yung kanilang mga CP forms, kaya lang may mga comment lang po ako dito, like the response capabilities, kasi El Niño lang po yun, I think yung mga responder natin, they can afford to respond, di ba? Hindi naman sila magiging part of the victim and they need augmentation. But for the government, pwede to, the people will lose confidence to the government because baka hindi ma-manage ng government yung incident ng El Niño, yung malaking requirements ng mga constituents. So, some of them will lose confidence to the government. So, okay po ito. So, congratulations po sa inyo. So, I think marami na tayong output. Itong ginawa ninyo, i-consolidate po yan ng Secretariat for La Niña and El Niño. And they will come up with a contingency plan based din sa mga ginawa ninyo.
Very good.
Okay? So we will pause for 5-minute break.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga.